I just competed in my first 5-0 tournament. Everybody wants to know, how'd you do? Did you win? But I've started asking myself a different question after tournaments. What did I learn? I know it sounds corny, right? But if I'm not learning from my games, I'm not getting better. I'm gonna cover 7 takeaways that I noticed from my games that you can apply to yours too. Alright, first look for high fourth balls that you can attack at your opponent's dominant side hip, assuming that they're right-handed. You can see Chris hit some really good shots here, really jamming our opponent and us winning the point. Takeaway number 2, don't speed up too early and always be ready to counter. It's really tempting to get impatient during a dinking rally and speed up the first ball you think is the right one to speed up. But here's the truth. Premature attacks get punished. You have to earn the right to speed up. Here's a trick that I like to teach. Every single ball that your opponent hits, expect it to come fast and be ready to counter it back fast. Because if you're caught by surprise, those are the ones that you pop up and lose. And honestly, one of the best feelings that you can have in a tournament game is to counter your opponent's speed up and let them know that it's not open. Takeaway number 3, be patient. I know this sounds similar to the second takeaway, but think of all your points as a marathon. And but what I mean by that is, even if you're down 11-1 or 10-3, for 15-point games, you have a long time to come back to win. And if you're up, make sure you close that out because your opponent might come back and win too. And this is probably going to apply more for the 4-5 to 5-0 skill levels, but be patient with your rallies too. You're not going to have openings right away. You're going to have to create them and move your opponents around and truly earn your points by finding an opportunity to speed the ball up. And you can make this as something that you make as a goal for yourself as you get better. But I remember in my 3-5 tournaments, some of my rallies lasted 3 shots max, maybe 5 shots max. And now in these 5-0 tournaments, we're going 40, 50 shot rallies over and over and over again. And looking back, it's awesome to see the progress. So just something that you can think about as you progress within your pickleball journey from 3-shot rallies to 50-shot rallies. Fourth takeaway, let's talk about focus and your mentals. You might find yourself missing simple shots or easy shots that you normally would make, and that's because you're just probably losing focus. I found myself missing some really easy shots that I normally wouldn't, but I think it was just due to lack of focus. One thing I didn't let myself do is to spiral and to keep thinking about the previous points. So if you find yourself losing your focus or just getting in your own head, find a way to reset mentally. And when it comes to mentally resetting yourself, think about what works best for you. Sometimes it's going to touch the back of the fence. Sometimes it's calling a timeout. Other times it's just breathing and just remembering to think about the next point. But you need to figure out what works best for you as a player and not anyone else. The 6th takeaway, and I think it might be the most important for every single skill level, is to reset. Resetting will allow you to get one more ball, and that one more ball might cause your opponent to miss. As you get better at resetting, you'll find opportunities to turn that defensive shot into an offensive shot and wait for your opponent to pop up the ball. And in my opinion, resets are probably one of the most underrated shots on pickleball today, and it's really going to get you from that baseline up to the kitchen, and it's going to help you win more points. Takeaway number 6 is the 50-50 concept. You might have a great rally, 10, 15 shots where you're in some crazy hands battles, and you just might end up on the losing end of that point. But that's okay. Focus on the next point and move on, and recognize that that was a really good rally. In these clips, you can see that either one of us could have won the rallies. If we lost the point, we just got unlucky. If we won the point, we got lucky. It just came down to who's going to get that last ball, and a lot of the times in tournaments, it's just going to end up that way. And remember, no matter how close you were to winning that last point, forget about it and focus on the next one. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself focusing about the wrong things in your tournaments. And this last takeaway, I'm super guilty of it, is don't go for hero shots. You might have just came back and tied the game down 4-13 or 4-10. Then you see the juiciest ball, you totally swing and miss that shot. Does that sound familiar? I've heard the saying before, but don't let the moment get too big for you. And so next time you see that juicy pop-up that you just want to crush, make sure you hit it in and focus on placement over power. And remember, tournaments aren't just about the results. They're checkpoints, a place to see how far you've come and what you still need to learn. This was my first 5-0 tournament, and we didn't make it to the medal round, but I walked away knowing we had a chance every game and what I gotta work on next. If you focus more on progress, on learning, on refining and evolving your skills, the results will take care of themselves. I got a lot to work on before my next tournament, but let me know in the comments if any of these helped you out.